Hey everyone, so over the past 36 hours, we've had some groundbreaking news in the world of crypto regulation. The EU law, its comprehensive regulation as MICA crypto law passes. I cannot say how important this is from a global perspective when it comes to crypto, and I'm going to share with you kind of my perspectives on this and what I think it means for the crypto industry going forward. Crypto firms welcome the passing of the landmark legislation by the European Parliament. So let me back up a little bit. So what the EU is, it's the European Union. It's basically an alliance of 27 countries for political and economic, cooperation. Crypto firms welcome the passing of the landmark legislation by the European Parliament, which bring in new rules for the industry across the bloc. The European Parliament has voted through landmark legislation on cryptocurrency, which will bring in new rules for the industry across the 27-country bloc. They did this with 27 countries. We can't get it together with our own? Markets in crypto assets, MICA, passed with 517 votes in favor of 38 against, with 18 abstentions. So abstentions, if you're not sure, I know we all are, but an abstention is basically where they don't vote for or against. At a meeting in Strasbourg today, I hope I said that right, crypto firms including Binance, Coinbase, and Kraken welcome the passing of the landmark legislation, while Stefan Berger, the MEP who led the bill's creation, said in an emailed statement that Europe is now the first continent with comprehensive regulation for crypto assets. In order for new coins to be approved in the EU, it must be ensured in future that their business model will not endanger our currency. Must not endanger our currency stability. The MICA legislation means that the EU will have an unified approach to crypto asset regulation across all 27 member states, making it possible for firms approved in one country to passport their business into others with minimal additional paperwork. That is fantastic. But to achieve initial improvement, firms will face much higher standards of disclosure, including the preparation of a detailed white paper for each asset offered. Great. Stablecoin issuers, meanwhile, are subject to even tighter rules, including holding sufficient cash to back up customer funds. Great. Those are both fantastic. MICA will also ask crypto firms to report their environmental impact of their activities in a compromise measure after lawmakers removed an all-out ban on the proof of work mechanism from an earlier draft. While concerns have been raised about the possible administrative burden of MICA on small firms, many crypto companies have welcomed the European Union's recognition of the industry. The European Parliament's adoption of MICA today is a pivotal moment for the crypto industry in the region, and the work of European policymakers should be seen as exemplary, said Tom Duff-Gordon, Vice President of International Policy of Coinbase. The region is recognizing the potential and social promise that emerging technology can provide. The EU is stepping up to the mark, while other notable jurisdictions are struggling to provide a solid, cohesive regulatory framework that gives clarity to a burgeoning innovative industry. The vote also prompted crypto commentators to contrast the EU's approach with that of other countries. Crypto needs a simple but comprehensive legal framework to grow, commented Monty Metzger, founder of, my German is not very good, Liechtenstein-based exchange LCX on Twitter. Earlier in the week, he suggested MICA showed that the US and Asia are falling behind on crypto regulation. Absolutely. Regulation by enforcement, like in the United States, is not a solution, he added today. We need rules and guidelines to let technology innovation happen. Richard Tang, regional head of Europe and MENA at Binance, said that the regulatory landscape has shifted forward with today's vote. MICA will bring regulatory clarity to one of the biggest markets in the world, making the EU an even more attractive place for Web3 companies to innovate and attract talent. As with all regulations, the small details will be key, but overall we believe this is a pragmatic solution to the challenges facing the industry. At Binance, we are putting together clear rules of the game for crypto exchanges to operate in the EU. We will make the necessary changes to our business over the next 12 to 18 months to fully comply with regulation, protect users, and support innovation. MICA will not come into effect immediately. Once it has been approved by the European Council, it can be officially made EU law. The EU's security regulator, the ESMA, will then produce guidance on the details of how the regulation should be applied. There is some breathing room for both companies and member states to catch up to the regulations, with rules coming into force on stablecoins in July 2024, while other requirements will not be enforced until January 2025. Now that we have the EU 27 nations coming together, agreeing on a framework, and that's really all anyone wants, is have the rules of the game identifiable to those who are involved. Crypto exchanges, developers, whatever. Those of us who are investing, we just want to know what the rules are. And what you're going to start seeing, unless the United States takes a sharp 360 degree spin around, you're going to be seeing Coinbase, you're going to be seeing huge exchanges, huge crypto companies going to the EU. Why? Because they don't have to worry about having whatever the whims of whatever government head feels like coming after this particular crypto or this particular exchange. They don't have to worry about that because now they have a framework and they can work within those boundaries. And that's really what the United States should be focusing on. And you're going to see, and this is just my take, I'm not a financial advisor, by the way. I'm never going to tell you to buy, sell, hold any crypto asset. I don't have any inside information. But you will start seeing these crypto companies, and Coinbase, the head of Coinbase is already saying, hey, we want to set up more offices here. So you're going to be seeing a lot of crypto companies go offshore, and rapidly, because why would you want to stay where you're not wanted? It's like being in a relationship, okay? If you are in a relationship and you're putting everything into it, but the other person isn't, do you really want to stay with that person? Do you really want to be miserable? Of course not. You want to be free. You want to be in a place where you can be happy and just enjoy life. These crypto companies are going to be doing the same thing, right? They don't want to be someplace where they have fear that they're going to be taken action by the SEC or that they're going to be shut down because they are a bank and they have crypto exchanges on their books. Who wants that? And I love that they're giving these exchanges grace periods, a year, 2 years to get everything in order to be able to comply. Giving people enough time to comply with what you're asking it shows respect. It's not regulation through enforcement. It's not an arbitrary, oh, well, you know what, you came to us in good faith, but guess what? It doesn't matter because we're going to slam you. We're going to send you a Wells notice anyway. All right? Even though you came to us dozens of times asking if we're compliant, this is our business model, is there anything that we need to do to be compliant, and you don't answer, Coinbase, these companies are going to be gone, and they're going to be gone quickly. So unless something drastically changes, unless policy totally does a complete 360, innovation in the United States when it comes to crypto and blockchain is going to be gone. It's all going to be in the EU. As more details come out, if any more specifics come out, I will let you know. Thank you so much for being a part of our Crypto Dojo family. And remember, here at the Crypto Dojo, crypto never sleeps.